What's up guys, I'm award-winning UX designer Anthony Conboy, and in this series we're taking a look at what we can learn from some of the world's best websites, starting with the new iPhone SE website. Let's go. Guys, take a look at this. This is the brand new beautiful iPhone SE website. So this is the first time I've ever actually seen this website, so I thought why not do it live and have a look what we think. But first of all, you can tell, so it's completely done in dark mode. So dark modes, I think I've been talking about, it's brand new this year. It's where you have a black background, then you're normally black or grey, and then you have like a white text on top of it, and normally like neon colour buttons, so like this bright blue up here, or you could have bright green or bright yellow. They really work on it, and you can see they've got this nice photography with the black background and the new iPhone SE, which looks quite cool. I quite like the product actually. I think I've got an iPhone 11, but I know a lot of people who this will work for. So let's just have a look at this. So we've got this top bar here. This is where, you know, these are the categories for the website really. And then we've got our header for the page here. And as you can notice, as I scroll up, this becomes sticky and the background changes a little bit. So because basically this is the header for the page, that's why that happens. And you can just have a look at this quite nice touch here. So as I scroll up and down, see the way it blurs? It's got like a kind of like a frosted glass effect. I quite like that. And I imagine these anchor, but we'll have a look in a sec. So we've got some nice, really bold white text. Look at this grey. So it's still a bold, but it's in the subtitles in slightly. It's kind of like it's an off-white. I think it's fine to do that. So I really like simplistic websites, just big, bold text and big plain backgrounds. So for me, this website's, you know, it's doing well so far. So Apple seem to have a lot of these websites which are like infinite, well not infinite scroll, but they do this parallax theme where as you scroll down, certain things stick and unstick, and it seems to be quite a theme in a lot of what they do. But all the time, what you want is your call to action to be on display on a website. So if you look at the top right hand corner, this buy button, because they've made it sticky, that's the main call to action. You know, that's what you want to do, and it's obvious for everyone. If it was me, I'd probably make it a little bit bigger. I don't mind it. It's a bit obvious because it stands out in the blue, but you know, that's what you want people to do. So always, whenever you design a website, have your call to action on display. So look at this. This is a really nice font as well. If you notice, a lot of my fonts, I use Montserrat, which is like a bold font. This looks like a Helvetica bold, and you can normally tell by zooming in, and you see the A looks like a teardrop. That's how you tell a Helvetica. But Apple, you know, they're all over Helvetica. It's like it's the main font that they use. So look at the way they keep it really, really simplistic. And then I've done this a lot in the past before. So these dividers. So normally these are like sections on a website, and say you had an image with some background, and then you wanted the divider to a section below. I normally do white and grey, but if you're doing like a dark theme website, they've gone from dark grey to black, which looks slick. You know, you can visually tell that it's a different part of the website. So as we scroll down, look how much these neon colours stand out. So you got your pinks and your blues. This is kind of a design trend this year, but you know, Apple's basically nailed it with this website. And then wow, look at how they've gone to like the white section, so you can see how much that stands out. It's like it's blinding my eyes, to be honest, compared to the other one. That's quite visually empowering. But you see how they made it. That's interesting. So you know, we talked before about the Gaussian blur at the top. Look at when the white goes behind it. So it is a Gaussian blur, but they've got like a black opacity on it, just so it works above white as well, because otherwise this would all fade in. So they've actually been very clever. These little details really make your website. And then as we scroll down, you know, full screen images, beautiful. So what's this? Is this a GIF, or they've got like a little video playing? That's nice. So like whenever I design websites, when I did Barclays, I did use the background colors to get rid of the sections. I love this, really big and fun. So this is a carousel. So look how the carousel works. See the way it seems to like go and then speed up. So these are your buttons. So with carousels, there are a couple of ways you can do it. You can do it with numbers, but these little dots seem to be Apple's standard. So hopefully if I click on this one, it'll go to the 5th one, and then the 6th one, and then it should be an infinite loop when we go back. And normally you can drag and drop, but with carousels, I know because I've seen them, a lot of people look at the first one and then don't look at the rest of them. So I know carousels aren't the best thing to use on a website, but in this case, you know, it's simple enough. I don't mind it being there. So look at that. So we scroll down, now it kind of popped in. Right, look at this. It's a bit choppy on this, maybe internet's not that good. But as you scroll down, the thing actually gets a lot bigger and then it takes over your screen. I mean, that transition's okay. Like, whenever I design websites, I don't like to be overly flashy. Like, I don't think there was a need in it, but I mean, it's okay. I don't love it. Especially when you scroll down, like, see how that broke the website then? I don't mind that just going up, to be honest. If you want a full screen video, just do a full screen. But that's probably the only thing I don't like so far on the website. The only real way to know whether you're successful with these things or not is to look at analytics. And you can tell there's lots of different programs you can install on your website. One of them is Crazy Egg. So they'll have heat maps of all this stuff. And they'll know what works and what doesn't, where people leave. And normally the longer you make your website, the more people leave at the bottom. That's kind of what it is. But, you know, they've got a very expensive product, so people want the most experience. And Apple's very premium. It's a very premium quality website. So as I scroll down, this is quite nice. See, you know, look at the way this kind of does just a little unlock thing, and it looks like a password as you type in it. This is kind of nice. So here, see the size of this button? So this is another call to action, but it's more of a link style. And blue's the traditional colour for links on the internet. But see the way this buy button is actually a bit smaller than the link. If it was me, I would have made the buy button a little bit bigger in the top corner, just because I know I've seen this in using tests. People are just very want simple things, and normally a bigger button the better. But then as I go down, look at this beautiful nighttime shot, and then we come down. You know, they've done a really nice job on this website. I like the way it switches between black and white, and I think it works well because of the opacity on the header. If that was white, it would just all blend together. And the way they've just allowed, you know, type to just sit here, and then all this space around it. You know, not many people could get away with this website, especially for like a cheaper product. But because, you know, it's so expensive, it's a serious thing when it comes to buying an iPhone. So you can kind of get away with a little bit more. But if this was just a pure functional website, like a shop to buy a t-shirt for £50, this wouldn't work at all. It's just way too much. But because, like, if you were selling something like a Ferrari or a Tesla or something premium like Apple sell, it's not that bad. Because people are still going to, you know, it's a bit harder to go and buy, you know, click buy, but people do it because they want the product. But see this? This is one thing I think they've done it, like, that's clever, the way that happens. But to me, it's a little bit jittery, and I don't like when I scroll. I don't like to feel like lost inside a website. So that's one thing I probably wouldn't have done. This is nice. See all these little icons and then typography, and then as we go down. So this is quite nice. Look how simple this is, just to knock through. I love again what they've done. And then we get to the bottom, and this is called a footer on a website. So this is normally the very bottom thing that you get to. And a lot of the time, see the way they've done it, full screen, it goes to a different colour. This is normally a lot smaller than this. So it's normally only about, you know, it's only about this size, and it's got all the legal stuff in it. But overall, you know, I think Apple have done a really nice job on this website. You know, if I go to buy here, I'll be able to go through the journey again of actually buying the product. And look at how good the job they do on these buttons. So this is all sticky on the left hand side. I've seen this before on Apple websites, but see the way it's all grayed out and they kind of focus you in on what to do. This is how a form should be designed. So they ask you questions and they're in sequential order, so I can't interact with this until I click no, and then that goes, it scrolls a little bit, and then look how chunky the buttons are. Like, I know there's a big stroke on it, so I want it in red, 64 gig. And it's just very simple, and the way it just keeps knocking me down. And the next step, they actually can keep continue there at the bottom, even though they just throwed something in then. Did you see that? It kind of it's kind of a reward at the bottom. You can see, oh, the form is not as big as it actually is, because they keep that there and they just throw stuff in. So if I do pay in full, see the way that got moved down again, and they threw this Apple Care in. Because I think if they would have shown you the full thing at the start, maybe not as many people would have filled the form out. I think that's a very clever thing that I've only just noticed what they do. And then look at the size of this button then, add to bag. So there we go, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments of the new iPhone website. I think they've done a good job. I think it's nice. It's very experiential. You wouldn't get away with it if you were doing like more of a low priced item like a t-shirt. But I like the dark mode. I love what they've done with the header, so it works on both black and white. You know, they've got some fantastic neon colours in there. And let me know in the comments what you think about this new style of video. Is it working for you? If you want to learn more about UX and UI, check out anthonyconboy.com. You know, I've got a free course on there. You're going to learn all the basics you need to know, all the way to think about things like a designer. You know, there's a few tutorials on there as well. So check it out, anthonyconboy.com. Subscribe if you want to get more videos like this. You know, you'll be the first to know. And watch a few more of my videos. I nearly forgot what I was going to say then. They're going to pop up now. Guys, until next time, it's been a pleasure. Keep designing.